The recruit raised his rifle, but just as he was about to pull the trigger, the barrel flew off. After repairing it, he quickly loaded the ammunition, only to find that he used too much force, causing parts to fall off the rifle one after another, leaving only the barrel. Soon, he moved on to bayonet training, but the recruit exerted too much strength, and once the bayonet stabbed into the straw, it got stuck and couldn't be pulled out. Next was the charge drill. While the others had already formed up and were ready, the recruit was still struggling to pull out his bayonet. The others quickly reached the finish line and began to turn back. Seeing this, the recruit also turned around and ended up being the first to return. The recruit kept making mistakes during training, and the instructor, furious, yelled at him, calling him the dumbest person he had ever seen. But the enemy forces were already at the border, and the instructor didn't have time to deal with him anymore. With a single command, the 10,000 recruits immediately halted their training and were sent to the battlefield. The battle soon began. After the enemy's first round of artillery bombardment, the formation of the troops was disrupted. Then, the enemy sent out cavalry, driving them like sheep into a desperate situation, followed by infantry to encircle and annihilate them. Watching his comrades fall around him, the recruit could only muster the courage to draw his sword and fight. But after just one clash with the enemy, his sword was bent. Terrified, he threw the sword away and turned to run. As a result, out of the tens of thousands of soldiers, he was the only one who miraculously survived. The recruit spent the entire night burying the dead. He no longer wanted to fight and decided to desert, hiding in a random spot and falling asleep. The next day, as soon as he woke up, he was horrified to find that the fuse of a cannon had been lit. Unfortunately, the cannon couldn't bear the recruit's weight and began to slide toward the center of the battlefield. He tried to climb out of the cannon barrel but couldn't. He had no choice but to ride the cannon as it charged toward the enemy. Fearing he would be cut down by the enemy, the recruit curled up inside the barrel. Just as the fuse burned out, he was launched from the cannon and landed right in the enemy's command center. The troops then pressed the advantage and won the battle. The recruit became a war hero and even caught the attention of the princess. However, their affair was soon discovered by the princess's husband. Unfazed, the recruit challenged him to a duel. Soon, the recruit arrived at the agreed-upon location. It was supposed to be a duel where both parties would take 10 steps back and then fire at each other, but the recruit secretly followed behind his opponent. Just as he was about to shoot, he realized the man had disappeared. However, the recruit's plan was quickly exposed. The referee ordered the recruit to return fire, but the kind-hearted recruit couldn't bring himself to do it and instead fired into the air. Unexpectedly, the falling bullet struck his other arm. The opponent, moved by the recruit's compassion, decided to concede defeat. After winning the duel, the recruit found the princess, and under the witness of a priest, they held a grand wedding ceremony.